Respect. In my life, okay, so, full disclosure, I was born in 1975, okay? Just at, pretty much the tail end of the Vietnam War, alright? So I like to believe that my birth held it in peace. Yeah, but that ain't true. Um, Respect comes from either love or fear. And I would much rather be loved and respected than respected out of fear. Okay? It's like, think about, okay, so I live in an apartment complex. All right? I've got several neighbors. I'm like, it's not like a large thing. It's a small town apartment complex. It's like a house that was, developed into an apartment complex, and the houses that surround me are the same. It's just like whatever. Small time developers. We're not talking Blackstone shit here, I hope. But I respect my neighbors in this way. I love to hear my music loud for a lot of reasons. I'm old school, but also my hearing's shot, right? Now, I've got a stereo system, and I've got a decent set of speakers. Nothing to brag about. I used to have some Bose 901 series, but that was a bit too much for this apartment. It's like, and they didn't sound good at low volume. Different purposes. But my headphones blew out like fucking 10 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had nice little Bluetooth, headphones, and I could like listen, crank it up, and even though I could crank my phone up full volume and I could crank the headphones up full volume, it still wasn't loud enough for me, but it was good enough. Nobody else could hear it. I wasn't disturbing nobody. I got my loud music. I got freedom of movement. But, I hear stories, of people that, get the cops called on them because, they don't give a fuck about their neighbors. A complete and 100% total lack of respect for other people's privacy. In my opinion. Okay? And this one dude was like, he wasn't in the apartment, in the building. He was sitting down in his truck. But apparently he has some, really fine ass speakers. And, it was causing a disturbance. And one of the neighbors is like, Jesus Christ, man, it's like 8 o'clock. Alright, cool. 9 o'clock, okay. 10 o'clock. Like, really, dude? You still going? 11 o'clock? Like, sir, can you turn the music down in your truck? And he was, apparently, according to the testimony that I heard, drunk and belligerent, and got highly agitated that how dare you come tell me to turn down the volume in my own truck, kind of a thing. This is TikTok stories, so, take it with a grain of salt, right? But I've seen this enough in my own personal life to believe that this story is not so outrageous enough that I'm just going to automatically discredit it. Young woman's like, after he got belligerent, called the police, and then he got pissed off because that she called the police. It's because, like, you know what? Turn your fucking music down, dude. You live in a you live in a residential area? No, you can't just, like, sit here and have your own fucking private concert, right? I don't know why that's so hard for some people to understand or grasp. It's like, no. Your freedom to enjoy your life, pursuing, liberty and happiness and all that stuff, is like, if it encroaches on somebody else's, you need to stop, take a step back, and take that into consideration. What's going on? Oh, I'm just sitting here drinking out in my truck, blasting, I'm gonna guess AC/DC, Leonard Skinner, and I don't know what else. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the vibe of the video was going. But it doesn't matter what you're blasting. It could be Dolly Parton. You know, it was like 11 o'clock at night. Really, dude? Full blast, and you're passed out basically in your vehicle, and your vehicle's speakers are so impressive, very impressive. There's a place for that. They have competitions. They're sanctioned. You know. I need to get some headphones, man, cause I'm tired of like tiptoeing around. It's like I want to hear some full volume music. My next paycheck, I'm getting some headphones, so I can crank that shit up full blast and, you know, fuck my eardrums right in the ear hole. Yeesh. Man, respect each other. What the? How? Why is that hard?